Right, hello, welcome back to the Run Across Europe. We are in Bastogne, I believe, Band of Brothers land. Just went past the, what's it called? Is it called the Battle of Bastogne? The pine forest where they have that episode. They're getting bombed. Yeah, I had no idea I was going to end up in the Band of Brothers. I suppose you could call it that, but you know, it's World War II. Even said it on the sign, made famous by the Band of Brothers. You can see it all there, the point. I don't know if there's any foxholes, because I'm gonna, my head's up my arse now. It really blew me mind. First there was the cemetery. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but there was some cemetery that was there for all the German soldiers. Just rows and rows of cross names on the front and the back. It just so happens to be my birthday as well. I'm turning 34, and yeah, I don't put too much weight on my birthday, but it's impossible for it not to make you think about life and getting older, and then just seeing thousands of graves of lads who were on their 20s, most of them. Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. So this is all this pine forest is still similar to the one the battle was fought in. It had a fence around it, and you had to download some app or something, which obviously I'd love to, but it is getting on. What time is it? It's 3:30. I still have 25 kilometers to go to a campsite in Luxembourg, so I've got to get moving. So I spent ages at the graveyard, and then 2 seconds later I see the Band of Brothers thing, you know. Even when I started recording, I just seen a lot of people looking at the sign, so I was like, I'll run up and see what that is. And I knew it would be coming onto the bike path now, because the actual forest where the Band of Brothers thing was, like I was saying, there was a fence around it, so I wasn't really to show you. It would be basically this, like, but yeah, you had to download an app and all. I just don't have the time, because yeah, like I said, I had no idea. I had a long, I think I'll be doing near 50k today, so yeah, I'll get into my day later, to be honest. So yeah, I don't want to talk about camping and stuff after that. I just want to soak it in, and I really want to show you this forest. think I can check back in. Man, I got really into the. I'm not worried about getting old today because I knew I got old last year when I started getting into World War II. Just got really into it. Like I think it's kind of the reason as a trope of middle-aged guys getting into it, because you just start to see life differently. When you get that bit old, there's a reason kids go to war, you know, 19, 20-year-olds. It's because I don't know, you're just so full of gung-ho, or whatever they could say, gung-ho. Sorry. Enjoy. Yeah, I know, they don't respect life like when you're that younger. When you're that young, you don't realise at the time, you know. Just thinking back to myself at that age, and yeah, it just really blew my mind. Especially the graveyard, obviously, you know, the Germans are the bad guys, but there's an American one, memorial around the corner apparently. I didn't even get time to read the history of it. I just took pictures because I've already booked this campsite in Luxembourg, so I've got to keep moving. But yeah, that's why I love this trip. Like it's just look at that. It's like the sound of music background. Just, I'm having so much fun, it's ridiculous. When I went to do this, I thought it was going to be 90% unenjoyable, 10% unbelievably enjoyable. But it's the other way around. 90% of it is enjoyable, 10% of it's very, very difficult. And most of that difficulty is just getting to the shops and all, and the unsupported aspect, because this that just gives me so much energy just coming through here. Like, I love it. I'll make sure I know where we're going. Yeah, it's just I knew I'd enjoy it, and I knew I'd enjoy it a lot, but I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much. I can't remember if I said it to you or not. That Sander messaged me saying he's going to be down in Germany. Damn. Oh, look, everything looks really cool. I just hope you can see it from down there. Not as much. Just the mountains on the horizon and that, you know. Like, yeah, I need to get this lifted up. I need to do a lot of things. That's what I was just about to say, is that Sander messaged me, said he's got a place I could stay in Germany. And he gave me the address. So then I was just thinking, because I had thought of it before that it'd be handy to get stuff posted to you, just like all the shoes you want online and all that, but the effort to find a hostel or something where you could do it. But if I'm going over to him, I could do that, and then we could order more of those memory cards as well. Because when I was doing this, there was a lot to think about. There was the run, obviously, the fundraising, then this YouTube, and it was just one of the few things I had to think about. But the more and more I do this, the more I don't know, it's more great I think it is. But like when I originally wanted to do it, I wanted to just do the recording it and not talking. That's what like the first episode's actually really funny how bad it is. It's like just the start, and I just started a random place I got water a few kilometers from the start point, then don't say anything. But the reason is I like both. I like keeping us updated about the day and stuff, and but I also like just the long stretches of not talking and just having the scenery in, you know. So I need to do the maths on it, but what I'm gonna do is when I get new memory cards, I record 2 a day, do the half hour talking and the half hour without talking. The two things is the batteries and the memory cards. So the memory cards, like I could have just got more, but I thought I'd be able to upload some along the way, and it hasn't been the case. So yeah, I was just worried about filling up the memory cards and then being stuck in random countries, not being able to find them. But and just expense wise, you know, I had a budget. I knew I was going to have to buy like runners, maybe a new tent, etc, etc. So because it was just one of the few things that I was doing, but just in the last while I've realised it's the main thing is what I should be focused on. Just giving you good content. So that is the plan now, but I still need to ration the memory till I get to Sander in the east of Germany. Again, I got to do the maths on how many hours are left in memory, how long it's going to take me, etc, etc. So if I do that, I'll get just more clips. Yesterday was tough, so we've ended up, we're in the German part of Belgium, even though they still speak French. There's a noticeable difference. I climbed up a fairly decent mountain yesterday after I left. Just wait, I'll leave you. I was only thinking last night just how long yesterday was. Go and do it. What I was saying was, I knew I had a lot of elevation yesterday. I was saying that to you. But as always, don't look too far ahead, but I did see a big climb in my future. And when I got to this, they have these spots where you can camp and it's free. But I couldn't see any water. If I had water, I might have stayed there, because I had this climb to do, and then I had to make it to that campsite before a storm was rolling in. And right as the climb started, there was this area where you could free camp. There was a few caravans there and people just laid out in the shade of the trees, chilling out. And I was like, oh, that looks so tempting, but I hadn't done enough kilometers for that day, you know what I mean? I wanted to do another 18 or whatever it was. Keep moving, you know? So I said, let's do it. And then it was hiking for most of it because it was just so steep, kind of like the Welsh mountain. I think I said I was going to be my most elevation day. I was just a touch shy of the Welsh one. That's the Welsh mountain episode. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. So I'm going up to the top. I'm going up at the start, and there's a sign, and it says just has 2 bear paws. And I was just like, because you know I've been saying, I'll get back to you in a second. This guy goes past. Bonjour. I should just pretend I'm on the phone or something, but I feel like it's intimidating or something when you're talking. Anyway, what was I saying? You climb the mountain and there's a pair of bear paws, and just to let you know that they're in the area. So I was just like, boy, I'm not that worried about them. I was looking up some more. There actually is brown bears in Europe. It's like ChatGPT sends you down rabbit holes, because I remember asking it how many people die, and I think it's only the grizzly types, the Eurasian bears, that do. So then it stays in this rabbit hole, and then when I was asked about bears, I was just telling about that instead of the brown bears. So hopefully they're very skittish. I was just going up the mountain, just singing. I was listening to music and just, I do that a fair bit, to be honest, anyway. You know, as funny as bashful as I am talking when someone's walking past, there's a good chance if you're in Europe you're seeing a guy with a buggy full of tent gear belting out some tunes. So yeah, I got to the top of the mountain. It was lovely. That's the bonus footage I got at the end yesterday. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm starting to think they'd be best to do 30-minute with the talking, and then have a separate episode with the 30 minutes or less, like say 20 minutes of just nice scenery. Yeah, I get the bonus bit. So we'll see. But yeah, you know, it was a tough climb, but it was just lovely on the way down. But then when I got out of that forest, I could just see the storm clouds rolling in. I'd forgotten about them, and it was like they were just chasing me in, you know. It didn't end up actually being that bad. Bit of thunder, but nothing too close. And I wasn't camped under the biggest tree around, so I wasn't too worried anyway. Can't be done for time. 30 now. There's loads more to say. I think about that. I'm just getting up to Bastogne. Yeah, I'll think about it. Really speechless after that. Life is such a, especially because I'm doing like what might be the coolest thing I ever do, you know, like just being in this area where, you know, just such a horrible war happened. All those young lads, like the fear and I just can't imagine what it'd be like being here in that time. And for me to be doing it, such a feeling of contentment and peace and enjoyment, you know, it's just such a privilege. Having your health, just being alive, all of it. Yeah, that is the rest of my day, just thinking about that. Oh yeah, so my plan today was to get the border crossing into Belgium, or into Luxembourg, sorry. But tomorrow we'll get a message in. We're not that far from it, maybe like 10 kilometers. I think we're just coming up to farmland here, so this probably is the best place to end it anyway. If I see anything real nice, I'll stick it back on. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Alright, welcome back. We are a couple of kilometers from the Luxembourg border, and commute has inexplicably thrown me onto this. There's a perfectly good cycle path to the left. Apparently that goes this way. I need to go this way. I wouldn't even have known this turn was there, except for I seen a sign. I thought it was for with some more historical info. I want to take a picture and read it later, because there's been a lot of that today. And then I seen that I'd missed my turn. I was like, hell, I didn't see any turns. It's just a little cut in the hedge. Like, this is bizarre. It feels like a smuggler's route to the border. And yeah, I just don't want to be in brush like this. I've done a lot of it in England, but there's a lot more ticks around here, so not where I want to be. I sprayed myself at D. I'm a big fan of D, but had to. And yeah, this is ridiculous. Pretty, but Give me the bears any day compared to ticks. Just little tiny yolks you can't even see. I thought they were a lot bigger when I was coming to do this trip, but then you just see the signs for them and you just have your fingernail compared to one as the let you know the size. It's not good. Well, we won't worry about that for now. Just try and enjoy it. Yeah. There's only 20% battery left, and this is my last battery, so if this dies unexpectedly, that's why. Yeah, I just wanted to get a small bonus, and this probably wasn't the one to get with this. Europe's been so good to me, like the whole way. I just can't believe it sent me this way. I need to double check the map. Yeah, I would have to go down a main road, state road, if we follow that cycle path. But it probably has a cycle thing beside it. Why is it? Commute's good, but then it'll just every now and again it'll send you on something like this for no rhyme or reason. It just thinks it's as good as the others. You just can't plan ahead for all this, you know. It's barely time to just look at the campsites. This is ridiculous. This has to change soon, or I'm screwed. Nobody comes here. That's why it's so overgrown. This is fucking territory. Fuck's sake, fuck's sake, fuck's sake. There's a road. Thank God. I'm wearing all black as well. They say to wear bright clothes so you can see if there's ticks on it. I remember the other day I was saying I was wearing bright yellow. I ended up with beetles all over me. Now, at least beetles are harmless, so that's definitely what you'd rather. But you barely even tell the difference. Okay, Borshy to the... Oh, that's better. Oh, I feel like I was on that track. I could have come down here somewhere. Oh, anyway, use that care. All said and done. Okay, let's just hope the teeth done the job. I put a good bit on. Right, where are we going? Straight, we're so close to the border. Let's make it before the battery dies. Yeah, that graveyard, the gravestones, like they would have 3 on the front and 3 on the back. At most, and sometimes someone would just have like 2 on the front and something on the back. They seem to be done by infantry, so at the bottom it would have like 182nd to 184th. So anyone in those ones that died, and a lot of times it would just say Ein Deutsch soldier, just say a German soldier. So they didn't find out his name, you know, which is this is Wild West, baby. What? Luxembourg doesn't want you. Yeah, just say a German soldier, or they wouldn't have their date of birth. Yeah, a lot of info missing, but just imagine dying and being a German soldier, giving their life. It's probably the last time in history that well, not in history, a lot of people die in poorer places. I was just thinking of Western militaries, how they'd know everything about them, you know. I want to get to this campsite. I can't run in this. Jesus. The Wild Wild West. What the hell? There's a sign there for Jupiter. Here, yeah, 22nd of Mag, 114,000 kilometers away. Oh no, that's the diameter. 1.4 million kilometers away. 5 times the distance to the sun. Oh, is that one of them things where they put... I don't know. You know, see those YouTube videos where they do a scale model of the universe, like really far away, and you can see how far away Saturn is. That's the only thing I can think of. But that's the only one around. It's very strange. Psychological warfare. And so yesterday I got to the campsite with a bit of food. I couldn't find any cheese on the way because there's no supermarkets. Thankfully I'd bought a fair bit because I was in France, so I just had extra tuna and extra mackerel and stuff. But it was it just started raining kind of when I got there, so I just set my tent, had my shower, got all that done first, and then it was starting to drizzle, like, so I just didn't want to start cooking and then have to stop. So I just ate a tin of mackerel, now pasta. I was like, I'll cook some in the morning, but then the morning came and I wasn't too bothered. It was a nice campsite, uneventful. And yeah, then this morning I had 12k. The reason, it's funny this trip, how it ends up like. I probably wouldn't have went by that. It hasn't rained. I don't rain last night. What am I talking about? Just talking about the rain. Just thinking about the good weather. It's lovely weather today. It's only 21 degrees. It dropped like 10, 15 degrees. It's crazy. So I think it's going to start raining from tomorrow for a couple of days. But we're getting a perfect day today. Jesus, this is some of the roughest roads I've seen. Definitely in Europe. And the campsite I'm going to closes at 5, and thankfully I checked, because most of the ones recently have been like 7 or later, but this one said if you're going to be here after 5 you have to book online. So I booked my spot, and what time is it now? It's 20 to 5 now, so they couldn't have a chance. I have about at least about 10 kilometers left. Oh no, I can't remember because I left it paused for ages. I was looking at all the war stuff, so I left the thing paused for like at least 3 or 4 kilometers. I'll check. I just don't want to waste time now checking, but fair bit of time left. I'll say I'll get there about 6 or 7. So yeah, at least I can relax because it's booked. Because this is not what you want. Yeah, I know you're probably thinking like I should have just kept recording at the grave and got to the that 101st Airborne Infantry foxhole place. But there was a real busy road there, so when I looked ahead at the map, again, like I said, I didn't know any of that was coming. But that was on the busiest part of the road, so I knew that psychopath was coming afterwards, so that was my plan, was to get that. But yeah, ended up getting a bit of both in. It's just such a cool surprise. That's what I was saying about I haven't got that spare. If I hadn't like needed to get food this morning, I probably wouldn't have gone past all that stuff, you know. So it's like I'm obviously missing loads, but when you get to see something like that by not accident, but like pretty much, like this is the border right here. Let's see, we're still recording. Let's go. It's big grass here. Come on, before the battery dies. This does feel like like I'm sneaking into Luxembourg. But those birdies, never seen them before. Tiny little yolks. This is the best. One of my better birthdays. We're definitely not I don't see any signs here for the border. There's a house. Wonder if we could sleep in there. I have no water, so you have to keep going. Let's go. On enough sun cream because of the too cooler temperatures, and just how distracted I've been with all the stuff to see today. I haven't seen anything like overly historic. Like in England, I've seen a few like Stonehenge kind of miniature versions and stuff. Started to see a few memorials to the war and stuff, but those two were next level. Straight, but just make sure it's not right randomly. That's the border, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Luxembourg. Country number 6. Is it Ireland, Wales, England, France, Belgium, Luxembourg? Once again, going the difficult way is paying off. Yeah, 1% battery's gonna die either way, so thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.